Most people think muscle growth happens in the gym. They obsess over sets, reps, and heavy weights, convinced that the hour they spend lifting is the only thing that matters. But the truth is, the real muscle building switch is flipped before noon. If you are serious about your physique, you need to understand that the battle for gains is won or lost the moment your eyes open. The reality is simple but often ignored. Most guys miss the crucial morning anabolic window. By the time they actually get to the gym later in the day, their body is already playing catch up, fighting against stress hormones and poor recovery. But here is the good news. If you commit to these 10 simple morning habits, you will noticeably increase your energy, skyrocket your strength, improve your pumps, and drastically speed up your recovery time. This isn't about waking up at 4 a.m. to run a marathon. It is about biology. Miss these morning windows and your body literally wastes muscle, but nail them and you create an environment where growth is inevitable. By the end of this video, you will have a full step-by-step morning blueprint you can use tomorrow to start seeing results immediately. Let's get into the science of why this actually works. You have to understand that your morning routine is the physiological foundation for everything your body does for the rest of the day. When you wake up, your body is in a unique state. Your cortisol, the stress hormone that can break down muscle tissue, is naturally elevated. Your hydration levels are critical. Your protein synthesis is bottomed out, and your nervous system is rebooting. The real reason mornings determine muscle growth is that this is your only chance to set the hormonal tone for the next 16 hours. If you make small mistakes here, like skipping nutrients or spiking stress, you result in slower recovery and reduced strength output when you finally train. Think of it this way, your morning is the foundation. If you fix the foundation, you build more muscle. If the foundation is cracked, it doesn't matter how heavy you lift later. The structure won't hold. We are going to fix that foundation right now. We are going to go through 10 science-backed morning habits. These are simple, fast, and immediately effective. There is no complex theory here, just actionable steps. Plus, stick around because I have a few bonus hacks at the end that most people completely overlook. There is no fluff here, just practical application. Let's get to it. Habit number 1 is non-negotiable. Rehydrate immediately. You need to understand that after 6 to 8 hours of sleep, you are waking up dehydrated. You lose water through breathing and sweat all night long. When you are dehydrated, your blood volume decreases. Thicker blood means oxygen and nutrients travel slower to your muscles. This leads to lower strength, worse pumps, and reduced cognitive performance. Don't just drink plain water though. Here is the hack. Add a pinch of high-quality sea salt and a squeeze of lemon to a large glass of water. The salt provides essential electrolytes that help your cells absorb the water, while the lemon helps balance pH levels. This isn't just about quenching thirst, this is about performance. Hydrated muscles are strong muscles. Dehydrated muscles are prone to injury and fatigue. Drinking this electrolyte mixture is like flipping the on switch for muscle activation. Do not touch coffee or food until you have flooded your system with water. Quick note, before we move further, if you want these morning habits automatically mapped into a plan that fits your body type, metabolism, and schedule, I link the exact system I personally recommend in the description. You don't need it to follow this video, but it makes everything we're about to cover way easier to apply. Habit number 2 is to eat protein within 60 minutes. This is where many people fail. When you wake up, your body is in a catabolic state. This means your body is breaking down tissues for energy because it hasn't been fed in hours. You need to shift your body instantly into an anabolic state, which means muscle building. The only way to do that is with high quality protein. You should aim for 30 to 40 grams of protein within an hour of waking. This hits the leucine threshold required to trigger muscle protein synthesis. You don't need a 5-course meal. It can be as simple as 3 or 4 eggs, a scoop of whey protein isolate, or a bowl of Greek yogurt. The specific food matters less than the macronutrient profile. By getting this protein in early, you stop muscle breakdown in its tracks and tell your body that it has the resources to start repairing and growing tissue immediately. Habit number 3, add morning carbs. For years, people have been afraid of carbohydrates, but if you want to build muscle, they are your best friend, especially in the morning. Carbohydrates do 2 critical things. First, they provide the fuel your brain and muscles need to function. Second, and more importantly, they help lower cortisol. And remember, cortisol is high when you wake up. Insulin and cortisol have an inverse relationship. When insulin goes up slightly from eating carbs, cortisol goes down. You want to suppress that stress hormone so your body can focus on growth. Good sources include oatmeal, berries, a banana, or whole grain toast. You aren't looking to spike your blood sugar through the roof with candy. You want a steady release of energy that stabilizes your system and prepares your glycogen stores for the training session you'll do later. Habit number 4 is light movement to wake up muscles. Notice I said light movement, not a heavy workout. We aren't trying to tear fibers yet. We're trying to wake up the nervous system. A stiff body is a weak body, and when you first get out of bed, your mind-muscle connection is dormant. Spend 5 to 10 minutes doing something active, a brisk walk, quick mobility flow, jumping jacks, or bodyweight squats. This raises core temperature, wakes the nervous system, improves blood flow, clears grogginess faster than caffeine, boosts metabolism, sets a higher calorie burning baseline, and gets your joints ready. Habit number 5 is short cold exposure. This works, but only when done correctly. We're not talking about a 10-minute ice bath. Long cold exposure after a workout can blunt hypertrophy, but in the morning it's powerful. At the end of your shower, turn the water cold for 20 to 40 seconds. This shock releases norepinephrine for alertness and focus, constricts, then dilates blood vessels to improve circulation, reduces inflammation, and wakes you up instantly. The goal is a short burst, not a long session. Sixth habit, 5 minutes of mobility. Most guys miss this and wonder why their shoulders hurt or they can't squat. Better mobility boosts lifts and gains. Tight hips prevent glute engagement. Locked thoracic spine prevents overhead pressing. Spend 5 minutes on hips, shoulders, and spine. Cat-cows, hip openers, arm circles. Injuries are prevented. Morning mobility minimizes injuries that hinder progress and ensures proper movement under high weight. Habit 7, reduce morning stress. Stress causes excessive cortisol, which breaks down muscles. Rushing in the morning undermines progress. 2 minutes of box breathing, coffee, or day planning can reduce stress. A relaxed body heals and grows muscle better than agitated. In fight or flight, your body puts survival over growth. Mornings should be peaceful for riding. Habit 8, get sunlight within 30 minutes. This is undervalued for testosterone and sleep. Light controls your circadian rhythm. Morning sunlight activates serotonin and inhibits melatonin. This rapidly enhances mood and energy and sets a melatonin release timetable for deep sleep. Muscle builds during sleep, not training. Therefore, poor sleep means poor gains. 5 minutes of sunlight resets your rhythm and boosts hormones. Morning strength primer for fast twitch activation is habit 9. No workout, just pattern rehearsal. Do one easy set of 10 push-ups, 15 squats, and a 20-second plank. This encourages muscle maintenance, stimulates neuronal circuits, promotes insulin sensitivity, and helps nutrients enter muscle cells instead of fat. Low work, high return. Before we get into habit 10, if you're serious about gaining muscle without adding fat, you shouldn't still be guessing your food or workouts. The program I linked below is what I recommend when guys want their calories, macros, and training custom built for their body. So habits like these actually turn into visible size, strength, and faster recovery. If you've been training hard, but feel like progress is slower than it should be, check it out after the video. It removes the guesswork and lets your effort finally pay off. Habit 10, front load calories. Breakfast skipping reduces muscle building, but boosts fat loss. You need gasoline early. Morning meals stimulate muscle building pathways, stabilize energy, improve workout performance, and reduce nighttime junk food cravings. Growing is easier with more early calories because you're not at a deficit during your most active hours. Bonus tips follow. 5 grams of creatine monohydrate with water or breakfast boosts power and muscle hydration. Stressed? Avoid fasting high-intensity workout. A short snack can lower cortisol. Avoid checking your phone first thing. Emails and social media stress you out. Give yourself 20 minutes before letting others in. These practices transform you from catabolic, dehydrated, stressed to anabolic, hydrated, poised. You don't need all 10 perfect. The compounding impact matters. Do 4 or 5 to feel stronger, perform better, and grow faster. Your morning is your body's launch pad. Don't ignore it. Share which habit you'll start tomorrow and like if this helps so we may produce part 2, advanced afternoon muscle building habits. Fix your morning, gain muscle.